Welcome to Braille Translations. We have many years' experience providing Braille to our customers. Leaflets, signs, restaurant menus, or entire books. We're here to help. We can also provide Braille in many world languages, and no matter what the job, big or small, we can assist you with your needs. Please call us on 0800 019 0946 or visit our website at www.brailletranslations.co.uk. That's www.brailletranslations.co.uk.
A to Z Indian Grocery Mobile Shop.
உங்களுக்கு தேவையான அனைத்து விதமான இலங்கை மற்றும் இந்திய மளிகை பொருட்கள், மரக்கறி வகைகள், கடல் உணவுகள், இறைச்சி வகைகள், பிரபல்யமான அனைத்து பிராண்டுகளிலும் மிகவும் மலிவான விலைகளுக்கு நெதர்லாந்து முழுவதும் இலவசமாக வீடுகளுக்கே வந்து விநியோகிக்கப்படும்.
தொடர்பு கொள்ள வேண்டிய தொலைபேசி இலக்கம் 0638244166. A to Z Indian Grocery Mobile Shop.
இனி நேரமும் மிச்சம்,
காசும் மிச்சம்.
இணைய வெளிகளில் இமயமாய் நிமிர்ந்து நிற்கும் உங்கள் RTV தமிழ்.
நீங்கள் பார்த்து கொண்டிருப்பது RTV தமிழ் இன்டர்நேஷனல். இன்றும் திறப்பு முனையில் என்னுடன் புதிய சிறப்பு விருந்தினர் வந்திருக்கின்றார். ஆமாம், நான் கௌரீசன் ரத்னராஜா. இந்த திருப்பு முனை ஒவ்வொரு வாரமும் வித்தியாசமான சாதனையாளர்களை நாங்கள் சந்தித்து கொண்டிருக்கின்றோம். அதுவரை இன்றும் நாங்கள் ஒரு இசையமைப்பாளர் வயலின் வித்வான் அவரை சந்திக்க இருக்கிறோம். அவர் ஒரு எங்கள் இலங்கைக்கு பக்கத்து நாட்டை சேர்ந்தவர், ஜப்பானில் சேர்ந்தவர். அவர் ஒரு பார்வையற்றவர். அவரை நாங்கள் கலையத்துக்கு அழைத்துக் கொள்வோம். அவற்ற பேர் டக்காஷி கிக்குச்சி. அவரை நாங்கள் அழைத்துக் கொள்வோம். Thank you, Takashi. Thank you. Well done. So, Takashi, thank you for joining us in our Turning Point show today.
My pleasure.
Yeah, and people are watching all over the world this channel by Facebook and YouTube.
That's great.
And also they're watching in Canada in Eagle TV as well, and also yeah, it's quite popular TV station.
Oh, that's amazing.
And the show is sponsored by Braille Translation on A2E Eagle A2E Grocery Shop. So Takashi, tell me about your self and what song did you play just now?
Okay, this song has a French title, Salut d'amour, and in English it means something like the greeting of love, composed by the very famous English composer Edward Elgar.
Okay, that's good. So, before we start, before we ask you questions, so tell me about you, yourself, basically, for our viewers.
Yes. My name is Takashi Kikuchi, and I was born in Japan over 50 years ago. And I was born blind, and there was no cure for the illness I had. My eyeballs were too small, and the optic nerves were disjointed. And at that time, over 50 years ago in Japan, you imagine the condition around the blind people or other disabled people were not as well organized as it is now. And my family were all really stuck, and they didn't expect me having any of such problem. So the eye specialists advised my family, rather than trying all those not really helpful treatments, they could educate me. So they gave me some opportunities to study many different subjects and enjoy sports and many other things. And one of them was music. And since then, the sound has been really, really important for me for my life.
Okay. How did you learn? So, can you tell us, our viewers or any blind people are watching, about the viola, please, and a description of the viola?
Yes. I first of all studied violin, which is the standard violin family instrument. And viola, which I'm playing now, has the lower sound compared to the violin, somewhere between violin and cello. And the instrument is slightly bigger than violin, and it has a deeper sound. And like violin, we have 4 strings, but it's tuned 5th lower compared to violin.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, and when did you learn violin, and when did you learn viola? When you were young, or?
Yes, I studied violin since I was 4 years old, and as a part of my hobbies and the things I enjoy, I learned piano and violin, and I enjoyed both instruments. And when I was in my mid-teens, I was really charmed by this viola sound, which is very close to the voice of human beings. And I wanted to do this instrument properly, and I switched my main instrument to the viola. And I went to the National University in Japan, focusing on the musical arts, called the Tokyo University of the Arts. And then after that, it led me to the Royal Academy of Music in London, where I met wonderful teachers, and there we are. I settled here now.
That's good. So you're saying about you studied in Tokyo University. How did you find the education for as a blind person point of view?
I was very lucky because I was accepted to the national top blind school in Japan, and I studied there for 12 years. And then I went to the university, but when I applied for the university, there was no example of the blind people entering to the performance course at that university. There were some other people studied theory and Japanese traditional music, but not for the Western music for performance. And they thought they wouldn't be able to accept me, but with a lot of help from my family and the teachers from the blind school, we negotiated, and I was allowed to take the exam. And well, thankfully, I passed at my first attempt.
That's good. So you studied, I can hear background. You studied like Braille music as well in Japan, or you studied in here?
I studied Braille music in Japan, as well as Japanese Braille and a little bit of English Braille.
Okay. So that's interesting. What is the difference between Japanese Braille and English Braille and music Braille? Can you tell our viewers, please?
Okay. So, well, it all uses, they all use the same system with 6 dots. So if you have the standard common typewriter for the blind people called the Parkins Braille, we can write all of them, Japanese and English Braille and Braille music, but we use it in a different way. And for example, in English, the dot 1 is letter A, and dot 1, 2 is letter B, etc. But in Japan, instead of 26, we have 50 alphabet letters, and dot 1 is the sound A, and dot 1, 2 is E, or something like that. So we totally use it in a different way. And for Braille music, while dot 134 is letter D in English, dot 134 is the note C in Braille. And dot 15, so 145 is note C in Braille music, and dot 15 is the note E in music. So it's a sort of one letter difference, because we describe the note between A to B. So 7-note scale in Western music. So we use Braille in that way. And we have some other marks, like for the range of tone and which finger to use, and dynamics, many, many different marks.
That's good. That's good. Takashi, we go for a small break and we'll come back and ask him a few more questions. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome to Braille Translations. We have many years' experience providing Braille to our customers. Leaflets, signs, restaurant menus, or entire books. We're here to help. We can also provide Braille in many world languages, and no matter what the job, big or small, we can assist you with your needs. Please call us on 0800 019 0946 or visit our website at www.brailletranslations.co.uk. That's www.brailletranslations.co.uk.
A2Z Indian Grocery Mobile Shop.
உங்களுக்கு தேவையான அனைத்து விதமான இலங்கை மற்றும் இந்திய மளிகை பொருட்கள், மரக்கறி வகைகள், கடல் உணவுகள், இறைச்சி வகைகள், பிரபல்யமான அனைத்து பிராண்டுகளிலும் மிகவும் மலிவான விலைகளுக்கு நெதர்லாந்து முழுவதும் இலவசமாக வீடுகளுக்கே வந்து விநியோகிக்கப்படும்.
தொடர்பு கொள்ள வேண்டிய தொலைபேசி இலக்கம் 0630824166. A to Z இந்தியன் குரோசரி மொபைல் ஷாப்.
இனி நேரமும் மிச்சம்,
காசும் மிச்சம்.
Hi, Takashi.
Hello, Guy.
Hi. Welcome back.
Okay.
Thanks for coming again. We are watching our Turning Point show on RTV Tamil. I'm interviewing today Takashi Kikuchi. Is a viola player / violin and piano. He can play piano as well. Takashi, thanks for introduction about the Braille music and Japanese Braille and also English Braille. I know that you're involved with Para Orchestra and also Innovation Orchestra. Is that correct?
Yes.
So can you tell me how did you involve with Innovation Orchestra first?
Yes. When I was in the research team at the Royal College of Music, and over 10 years ago, I met a great Indian maestro, Balaji Srivastav, and he's a wonderful sitar player, and he also plays tabla tremendously, and he plays many other instruments. And then I was so impressed by his multi-talent and his creativity, and then we started talking to each other, and we became good friends, and he became a good mentor for me. And we did a theatre work for a company called Extant around 2008. And our role was to provide the music along the theatre work they did. And then after some time, Balaji asked me, as he was trying to establish the ensemble consists of blind musicians called the Innovation Orchestra, if I were interested in. And then I said yes, and we started trying out some gigs in 2011, and I joined them around that time.
That's good. So how many people in the Innovation Orchestra at the moment so far? Do you remember?
Well, it's expanding day by day. So in England, mainly London-based, I don't know exactly. Well, I'm sure more than 15 people are enrolled. It could be the larger ensemble, or it could be smaller ensemble. It could be as small as 2 or 4, or otherwise we play with the full Innovation Orchestra, which is 15 or more. And
probably that depends on the gigs as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and it depends on what type of music we want to do. And I also had lots of stories about the joint project between Indian musicians and the musicians based in England.
Yeah, that's good. And tell us about the Para Orchestra, please. How did you join, and what kind of gigs you did with them?
Yes, it's another really tremendous platform for us. The Para Orchestra was formed by the conductor, Mr. Charles Hazelwood, and this ensemble is made of the disabled professional musicians. So some of us are blind, some of them are wheelchair users, or they have hearing or speech impairments and all other disabilities. So all of us have some forms of disability. And the concept is Charles wanted to establish more opportunities for us to perform in the concert venues and on various platforms for the gigs, and provide more music in many different areas. And another motto is to let us join the non-disabled musicians to co-work with them. And we are really making those dreams true. And the gigs we did are also really in a wide range, starting from the concerts in the normal concert venues. We also did a number of gigs now in the London venues such as Queen Elizabeth Hall. And another thing is we are also invited in some ceremonial places. So we played in the Olympic Stadium for the closing ceremony for London Paralympics in 2012. And that year was really a significant year for us. So starting from that, we also had an opportunity to play our own version of the British national anthem for the Queen's Christmas message. And in 2016, some of us also made to Glastonbury, which was another really memorable time.
So you're traveling around that period, yeah? You're busy
Yes,
with
I
that
am.
period. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. So the Para Orchestra, so you played with the Paralympic closing ceremony, Paralympic closing ceremony with I take it you play with Baluji and you and some of the innovation people as well. Is that right?
Yes. And we played with the Coldplay. So it was another really good collaboration.
That's good. So how did they find you playing? Is it difficult with playing with them? Did they find any barriers or something when you're playing with them? Did they explain? Did they say anything to you? Anything like that?
Well, it's another great thing with the Para Orchestra. Before playing, while rehearsing, or even while preparation for rehearsals, they discuss the accessibility, including the assistance and guide and all the information we should have. So otherwise, it could be really scary to go to the big venue straight away. And because even for the sighted people, it's really a big challenge to go into the venue where 70,000 people are watching and listening to us, as well as millions of people are watching on TV from all over the world. So what we have done was to talk through all those accessibility issues depends on our disabilities, and we all got the right personal assistance and all the information. So by the time we went to the performance stage, we were ready, and we just went into the music, and it was so exciting.
That's good. That's good. So yeah, and you're saying about your own national anthem for Queen's Christmas message. Can you tell me more about this?
Yes, the British national anthem is, of course, a well-known tune, but we arranged it in our own version. So the Para Orchestra includes not only the conventional orchestral instruments like violin, viola, cello, double bass, and wind and brass instruments, but also includes some electronic instruments, and of course, the instruments from the other cultural backgrounds, like Baluji played the tabla, and Ziad, another member of the Inner Vision Orchestra, plays oud, and all those instruments are involved. So even for this British national anthem, we involved all those world music instruments, which you don't usually hear in the normal orchestra.
Yeah, that's good. So when did you play in the Royal Palace, Buckingham Palace?
It was in Christmas 2012. So we were invited to film our own playing in the Buckingham Palace. And then it was broadcasted on Christmas Day that year, just before the Queen's Christmas message.
Okay. Have you met Queen during that period or not? Not that time.
Well, this is the question everybody asks. Well, the answer is no, we didn't meet the Queen, but it was a great honor because we only managed to perform there after being approved by the Queen. So she approved us and we played there.
That's a big privilege for you.
Yes,
yeah.
it was great honor for us.
That's good. That's good. So, what kind of music certification or any certification that you got? Can you explain to our viewers, please?
Yes. Well, first of all, I got the Bachelor of Music and Bachelor of Art and Master of Art, and then the Doctor of Music Arts, and they all came from the Tokyo University of the Arts. And from the Royal Academy of Music, I got the teaching diploma called LRAM.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So you're a teacher or lecturer as well? How do you call
Yes,
yourself?
I'm a teacher, I'm a researcher, and I'm a performer as well.
Okay, that's good. So, can you play one of your own composition for our viewers now? Is it possible?
Well, I try something. Well, the tune came up to me a few days ago, and I just tried to record it into the electronic piano. Well, I wonder if it plays when I play something over.
I can't hear you very well, Takashi. Can you repeat again? Your audio audible.
Well, it's playing. Well, I play over. This is what I recorded. I play on the viola, improvise something.
Thank you very much, Takashi. It was a good composition.
Oh, it worked okay, didn't it?
Yeah, I think in the background, the backing track is not very clear, but it's
No.
fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll come after the small break and we'll ask you more question. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
இணைய வெளிகளில் இமயமாய் நிமிர்ந்து நிற்கும் உங்கள் RTV தமிழ்.
Welcome to Braille Translations. We have many years' experience providing Braille to our customers. Leaflets, signs, restaurant menus, or entire books. We're here to help. We can also provide Braille in many world languages, and no matter what the job, big or small, we can assist you with your needs. Please call us on 0800 019 0946 or visit our website at www.brailletranslations.co.uk. That's www.brailletranslations.co.uk.
A2Z Indian Grocery Mobile Shop.
உங்களுக்கு தேவையான அனைத்து விதமான இலங்கை மற்றும் இந்திய மளிகை பொருட்கள், மரக்கறி வகைகள், கடல் உணவுகள், இறைச்சி வகைகள், பிரபல்யமான அனைத்து பிராண்டுகளிலும் மிகவும் மலிவான விலைகளுக்கு நெதர்லாந்து முழுவதும் இலவசமாக வீடுகளுக்கே வந்து விநியோகிக்கப்படும்.
தொடர்பு கொள்ள வேண்டிய தொலைபேசி இலக்கம் 0630824166. A2Z Indian Grocery Mobile Shop.
இனி நேரமும் மிச்சம்,
காசும் மிச்சம்.
ஆமாம் நேர்களே, நீங்கள் பார்த்து கொண்டிருப்பது RTV தமிழின் டேர்னிங் பாயிண்ட் நிகழ்ச்சி. நான் கௌரிசன் உங்களுடன் இருக்கின்றேன். இன்று எங்கள் நிகழ்ச்சிக்கு அனுசரணை வழங்கிக் கொண்டிருக்கின்றார்கள் பிரெயில் டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன்ஸ் லிமிடெட் மற்றும் A2Z குளோபல் மொபைல் ஷாப். உங்கள் என்ன தேவைகளுக்கும் மரக்கறி, மீன் அதுகளுக்கும் நீங்கள் அவர்களை தொடர்பு கொள்ளலாம். நான் இன்றும் தக்காஷி குக்குச்சி அவர்களை பேட்டி கண்டிருக்கிறேன். ஜப்பானை சேர்ந்தவர், பார்வையற்றவர். அவரை எங்கள் கலையத்துக்கு அழைச்சுக்கிறோம். Takashi, welcome back.
Hello again.
Hi. Yeah, we asked quite a lot of questions. Have you done any online teaching during this lockdown period or before that?
Yes, I teach violin and viola, and I also teach Braille music. But all of those are very difficult to teach online during lockdown. I'm trying for a few occasions, but it is very, very difficult because we have to know what the pupil are doing, and we have to know what they are trying to do on the violin or viola, or if it was Braille music, we have to share the same book, and we have to know where the pupils are reading. So it's all difficult, but well, it's better than having nothing. So we are communicating online, and I'm just trying to help the students as much as I can whenever I teach. But by all means, modern technology is great because we can stay connected worldwide, and we can also do this type of interview while I am staying at home, everybody's staying at home and at all the safer places.
Yes, good. Yeah. So the classical music, is any different kind of classical music you can explain to our viewers? Or is
And
only...
the classical music, well, the history of this is longer than 300 years. So the modern classical music are really more complicated, and it also involves the music from some other genres, and we rather call it as the world music. And we also have a lot of combined style music between classic and folk. But traditionally, it was from Renaissance period and Baroque, where Vivaldi and Bach, or those old composers worked. And then we had Mozart, Haydn, Beethoven, and then we came to the Romantic. Romantic music is a style of music like I played in the very beginning of this show today.
Yeah.
Those types of music are quite popular between some general listeners of classical music, I think.
That's good. That's good. So, when you're young, what kind of education you did, Takashi, apart from music?
And in our blind school, they encouraged us to do a lot of sports. So in the school playground, I also enjoyed riding the bicycle. So as I did in our gardens, or occasionally we went to the park. And I also liked swimming. I still do. And since I came to England, I joined the dance class for the visually impaired people called the Monday Move. And it's also really helping me a lot to build up my confidence. So I've been enjoying sports or sort of body movements a lot. And I liked English since I was in Japan. So as a student in Japan, I was quite keen to learn English. So when I came here, thankfully, I had that good basic background of English, and I developed it from there. Otherwise, I also liked some other artworks like sculptures.
That's good. That's good. So, can you play can you play any 1 or 2 minutes the Japanese traditional song that you can remember? No?
Yeah, I could play a very famous tune. Maybe some people know this, called Sakura. And it's describing the wonderful spring time surrounded by the cherry blossom in a very traditional way. I think this song is more than 300 years old.
Yes, well played and well done for that. So, how did you learn this song then? When you were young, or?
It just came into my mind. Everybody was singing or humming, and even from the radio or TV, we often hear that. So, well, without studying, when I realized it was in my head.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
You were explaining when I was speaking to you about you're doing a project in about the dancing project. You're composing music. Can you tell me more about because during the lockdown time? Can you tell me more about it, please?
Yes. I've been working with another company called Salamander Tandem for the last several years, and it's a project focusing on white cane. So it's a combined project between dance and music, but we also use the white cane as a performance tool. So we dance with the cane, and the dancers are blind or visually impaired. And we also attach the microphone on the white cane or long cane, whichever you prefer to call. And then as the cane rolls or taps on the floor, of course, it makes the distinctive sound. And we pick up the sound from the microphone attached to the cane. And then we combine it with the dancing and audio description, which also comes as a part of the arts. And then we provide the music. So it's a very new project. Maybe nobody did this combination before. And we are just researching and developing it from time to time. And we also did it outdoors, indoors, in many different venues. But in this kind of lockdown, we can't do any of those things because going outside performing in front of public is not allowed. So what we've been doing is connect each other online, and audio descriptions are made, and the videos are also used with the audio description. And then we are providing some music and maybe talk as well.
So who came up with this idea, unusual experimental idea?
The director of the Salamander Tandem, called Isabel Jones, is a very creative performance artist, and she also plays several instruments, and she also sings. And her father was blind, and she got the hint from the life she shared with her father. So the long cane is, of course, a significant part of our life for the blind people. And then she thought, rather than just watching us walking with a white cane, it's really interesting to focus on how it feels like, how it looks like, as well as how it sounds like. So it came from there.
How long are you doing this project for? Are you still doing it?
Well, we are off from that project for the moment because of the lockdown, and we are all working for the different things as well. But we did it for a few years, since 2014, around that time. And we went to Leeds and Nottingham, Colchester, all other areas. And well, after we emerge from lockdown, well, we hope if we could start those things again.
Yes, good. Yeah, sure. Hopefully, Takashi. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, have you worked with any famous people apart from any famous people you worked with?
And well, I worked with a number of famous people, significant people. But
Any name?
yeah, well, it's quite difficult to mention just one or two. But yeah, working with Coldplay was, of course, really tremendous for us. And also there was another dance project we did as a para orchestra, and we worked with a choreographer called Caroline Bowditch, who was based in Scotland, but now she's back in Australia. And as she was originally from Australia, some members of the Power Orchestra joined in this dance and music projects with the Power Orchestra and went to Perth in Western Australia. And it was in 2019, and it was a great adventure for us.
Yes, good. So is it our first time at the Para Augusta to Australia? Is that correct?
Yes.
That's good. That's good. So, yeah, it's quite interesting about your story and the music and everything. And also, you work with me and one of my friend Nirojan as well, the music project, one of the radio station we did a few years ago, and
We did.
our friend Trevor as well.
Yeah.
How did you find that project? Because of the different kind of style, the music, how do you find it for your point of view?
I think, although each of our musical backgrounds are different,
Yeah.
we can do it if we are keen to learn from each other and influence each other, because we all have sound and rhythm and some sort of harmony.
Yeah.
So I guess the music goes beyond the border. And some people say this is a common language across the world. And I believe that.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, it's a quite interesting project, that one, isn't it? We played a few times and
Yeah.
it was very successful.
Yes.
Yeah, and so what else you can tell us about yourself, Takashi?
Well, I think the music goes beyond the people, beyond the culture background. And some people say the music is borderless. Some people say music features each of our culture. And I think all of those are true. And we represent each of our cultures like I did from Japanese music. And we could do that. And then we can influence each other and make a new culture. And the music is a part of the culture. And well, I chose to become a musician because through the music, we are led to many different places. We can travel to many different places, meet many different people, fellow musicians, audience, and other artists. And if you are interested in music, don't give up your dream. And regardless we are professional or amateurs, we first of all have to be the great lovers of music. And since I've been blind from my birth, I feel really grateful to the music. Without this, I was not here.
That's a good advice for viewers and listeners and blind people as well all over the world. Yeah, and what kind of facilities in Japan they got for blind and visually impaired people
Well,
at the moment?
At the moment, and you mean the assistive technology or all those equipment?
That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
So,
because we imported a lot of things from this country or the United States, and now with the Windows, they developed the Japanese version of JAWS.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure the free software NVDA should be working for Japanese as well. I haven't tested yet, but I'm quite keen to know.
That's good. That's good. So JAWS is quite expensive piece of software, and also NVIDIA is free of charge, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I think the NVDA, NV Access, has been doing really a tremendous job.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And what is your knowledge about technology, Takashi? Music and computer and everything.
I'm not really professional for the technology, and I hardly know so much about the advanced technology, but I use it like I'm doing now. Well, without this speech output, I couldn't even connect with you guys to the studio. Well, I enjoy using the machines, and I'm always interested in machines, and I enjoy recording my stuff musically, and I'm also keen to do more work on the computer.
That's good. I think we are nearly coming to end of the show, Takashi.
Yeah.
And can you play the closing music for our viewers? Do you remember Titanic song?
Yeah, I can remember the tune. Yes.
Yeah. And after that,
yeah, I vaguely remember. Well, I try.
Give me a second. I will tell our listeners we are going to finish. ஆமாம் நேர்களே, நாங்கள் இத்துடன் எங்கள் டேர்னிங் பாயிண்ட் நிகழ்ச்சியை நிறைவு செய்ய இருக்கின்றோம். இதுவரை நீங்கள் பார்த்து கேட்ட நிகழ்ச்சி வந்து டக்காஷி குக்குச்சியை பேட்டி அணிந்தேன். அவர் ஜப்பானை சேர்ந்தவர். அவர் இப்போது கடைசி இசை அமைப்ப பாட்டை கேட்டுட்டு இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியை முடித்துக் கொள்வோம். You can go ahead, Takashi.
இணைய வெளிகளே